What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family here, bringing you guys the latest update on our very own Dallas Cowboys, and of course, as always, thank you so much for joining us here tonight, wrapping up another week of Dallas Cowboy news, info, and updates. So take a second to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us anywhere and everywhere at MyCowboysFamily, and of course, hop in the Discord links down below. Thank you very much, Jason Renfro, gifting a membership there to the man Scorpio. Ooh, we'll be getting to all the multiple levels of love there in just a moment, but always have to take a second to appreciate the love shown here in the chat.
One of the best ways to drop the love here on My Cowboys Family, as we're coming to the finale of the week. Jason Renfro may be making a run for more than just 3, maybe 4. We'll see. We'll talk about that in a minute. You see a lot of faces here, a lot of interesting situations. We'll discuss it all and more tonight. So, baby, as we open this up, we'll discuss here again. Congrats to Scorpio and much love to Jason Renfro. As we open it up, let's give the shout outs to those that have represented the board this week and maybe representing it next week.
That's right. Thank you very much to the current sponsor of the week and Cash App King SCO 971.
Hell yeah!
Appreciate you, of course, representing there. And
that's his first time he's ever had either of those. So big congrats to SCO 971. Allow the after dark fun there. Then you got Cav 52 in the house with 26 points on the stream, boss.
Still bossing that stream around, of course. And I think you just saw him flex it there. Is Jason Renfro the membership gifting king? Because I believe he's a membership gifting king, and not just once, not just twice, but 3 weeks in a row. And I think he's trying to go for 4 there, of course, since he just dropped it and showed the love to Scorpio there.
Yeah, that actually puts him in a tie with Skeptical Fan for first place this week. And, first, one more gifted membership from either, and that takes the lead. So we'll see what happens.
And since we are wrapping up
down to the end of the week, right?
Today there will be champions crowned once more. Yeah. So, and of course we'll get to that in a second. And speaking of, end of the week, it's also that special time of the month, everybody's favorite time. The Star Raffle is going to be happening later tonight, guys.
Yeah.
One of the special perks here, depending on your membership level. We'll get to that in a second, of course.
Yes. I also wanted to shout out those that are in the lead right now, because it's not just, some things have changed. It's not just, the gifting side of things we have to update people on. It's also the Cash App, and this time actually different overall leader. Let me explain. So things have changed here since our After Darks. And some drops have been done. SCO 971, Jason Renfro, Grateful Nomad, Skeptical Fan, Multi Sparkle, Gloria, Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights, Queenie, even the wife dropped a little love in there. So appreciate all you guys have done that on our off nights, when we jump over on the After Dark side of things. But there's a couple leaders here that things have changed, because the leader right now, when it comes to the Cash App side, is still McLovin. So that hasn't changed, actually. But McLovin was the overall leader, pretty much, it's tied into that. He is not, actually. He's been jumped by Jason Renfro. Yes, that drop right there just sneaks him over into first place on the overall board. So Jason Renfro has the lead, and hey, you never know when McLovin can stop by, but he opened a little more space now between them, because Jason Renfro just gifted another membership, and this time Daniel Berry Sports Highlights gets one.
Congrats to you, Daniel.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Jason. And like I said, he's trying to go for 4 weeks in a row of that membership gifting king.
Now officially he's in first place on that side, and he's also first place on the overall board. Big shout out to Jason Renfro. A little bit of a lead there, a little space between him and the man McLovin, who, he goes to the PayPal side of things. We'll discuss that here actually right now, because there's different ways of dropping the love, as you guys seen in here.
And you've seen them demonstrated here. You have, of course, the thanks button, the
super chat. You got the membership you can jump into. I know Seabass, he's hanging on for tonight. He'll be in tonight's raffle, but I think he's the over everything kind of ticking away. And then you got the star level and other levels here. But the point is that you have the different levels you can jump into. You can, once you're in the membership, you can then gift memberships to anybody. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a random thing, but like you just saw there by Jason Renfro dropping 2 gifted memberships as he takes a slight lead over Skeptical Fan. And there's also a couple of other ways: the thanks button, super chat, the membership, and gifting membership. But there's 4 other ways you can try to catch Mr. McLovin on the Cash App side of things.
You have, of course, the Cash App money sign My Cowboys Family, the Venmo app My-Cowboys-Family, the regular PayPal link, and the Streamlabs link lets your comment show up on screen just like a super chat.
That's how you do that, guys. And hey, good luck to everybody as they're coming down to the wire here. Now, there's some perks there when it comes to the membership, and one of those is tonight. Actually, it's coming tonight because we have our Star and Over Everything level membership tonight with the weekly winners from the month of April to be in this raffle. So yes, baby, it's time to shout out on the nightly. That's one of the perks. You guys make this thing happen. If you're in that Star or Over Everything level membership, baby, shout them out.
Thank you very much to Skeptical Fan, Jason Renfro, Lincoln Kane, Dwayne Broussard, Marissa Sparkle, Chalk Montana 808, The Lunatic, and Over Everything, Seabass.
Yes. So appreciate everybody on those. Every name you just heard is going to be in tonight's raffle for one of these sewn and stitched jerseys. Many different eras and different players to choose from, new and old, different styles, sizes, etc. You guys know the deal. So great stuff there. The April monthly jersey raffle will be tonight at the end of the stream. So good luck to those guys, and also to the weekly winners, who happens to be 2 McLovin entries because he got 2 weeks in a row, and then SCO971, who also just won this past week. Those are the April winners. They will be mixed into the pot there. Good luck to all. We'll be doing that later tonight. And then there's also one last thing, baby. There's next week we're going to be doing the Lunatic jersey raffle, representing day 1 and 2 of this past, just this 2024 NFL draft. Same jersey, so I'll have to go through the situation, guys. Your choice of jersey, basically about 40 different players to choose from. But how do they get into this, baby, and how can they up their chances to maybe win one of these 2 jerseys?
Again, once you drop $10, bam, you are automatically entered to win, and that is cumulative, right? So every additional $10 is another additional entry, and we've said it before, but membership does have its perks. You get an additional bonus entry once you're entered into the raffle, just for being an MCF member.
Once you hit that 10, you're in, and you're in the raffle, and you're in the membership side of things, you get another bonus raffle entry. And if you, like I said, you keep stacking them, it ups your chances to win one of these 2. Again, you can't win both, but we'll have 2 different winners, each winning 1 jersey apiece. Cannot wait. And big shout out to the Lunatic for making this happen. Good luck to all that are in that. But that's next week. Tonight it's that Star level membership, the Over Everything level membership, and those weekly winners in that mix too. So, baby, who's in the house tonight? Discuss some Dallas Cowboy football.
The man himself, of course, Seabass. Much love. Even you, Lee Side Herald. I guess you're here to talk some real football. Revelation Journalist, what's up? Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, much love to you.
Yeah.
Of course, the man himself, Jason Renfro. Chappelle Hannon, hello and hi. Thanks for rolling with us. We have Stephen White in the house, what's up? Juan Carlos, representing, much love. Scorpio, hello and hi.
Yeah.
We have, let me see. Who else is here? Asmodeus, of course. Thanks for rolling through. Skeptical fan always. Staying skeptical. We have Micah, Aldana, much love. And yeah, I kind of made my little jokes there about the whole international program. I'll save it for when we talk about the Micah's little sojourn into sumo. Freedom first. Looks like you were first today. Good for you. Let me come back down. Thomas Garrett, the superior. Garrett, Ramon and Carolina Jones, what's up to you? Always go Cowboys, baby.
Go Cowboys.
Let's go ahead and get to the going and the cowboying.
Yeah, guys, and it's going to be right away. Listen, we didn't go live yesterday because there wasn't that much to discuss. But if you were on My Cowboys Family, you were looking at any of our uploads from yesterday and today, those shorts, you'll see exactly what we're talking about tonight. Trayvon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons, who's kind of doing his Asian trip over here with the NFL and exploring interesting situations. We'll talk about that in a minute because Chappelle Hannon is in the Navy Blue crew, the membership. Why, though? Because of Jason Renfro dropping that gifted membership.
Congrats to you, Chappelle, and thank you again, Jason.
Ooh.
Always appreciate it.
He's now to 3-1 in the membership and pulling a little bit farther away from the man McLovin. So,
Kid Wicked Dallas, what's up? Who, by the way, said, forget the Cowboy Star. How about the Dallas Stars?
Yeah.
So, honestly, Dallas right now is having quite the
Mavs.
moment. I know the Mavs.
I mean, and then you go back to the Rangers. I mean, we got to represent. The Cowboys got to wake up. The only team in Dallas that's sucking is us, and that sucks. That sucks the most sometimes. So, again, appreciate everybody in the house hitting that like and subscribing. And by the way, Cat 52, 26 points on the stream, boss. Hanging on. Code Red, though. Code Red. Jason Renfro, 3 memberships gifted all tonight, and it's all for this week. So much love. He's in the lead currently. Now, let's get to the goods here. And again, try to get to as much actual on-the-field football as possible. But first, we got to start overseas with Micah Parsons. And that's why I was saying, if you've seen the shorts that we've put up, Micah Parsons is in a couple of these, whether he's pitching or he's sumo wrestling. Yes. So Micah Parsons, guys, when he was in China, and we saw him going up against C.J. Stroud in the little one-on-one. They were doing football camps in China. And, that was the first step of things for his little, Asian tour out there to kind of promote the NFL in China and in Japan. Then went to Japan and then threw out the first pitch at the Tokyo Giants game, at their baseball game. And he also did some sumo wrestling training while he was in Japan as well right now, doing this trip here. Really, truly living seeing things a whole new different perspective there with C.J. Stroud. Both of them are together. I'm sure there's probably filming going on. Netflix probably, it's probably being documented very well by the NFL to push this with these two stars, young stars of the league, both from playing for teams in the state of Texas, both overseas in China and Japan. But yeah, the Japan thing, guys, throughout the first pitch with C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud's a quarterback, of course, with Houston, Texas, and his pitch was pretty good. Micah not so good on the pitch. You can see the video.
He's a line
better than Stephen A. Smith. I'm going to say that. We'll give him that. Better than Baba Booey. We'll go to that. But yeah, he's not a quarterback. He's a linebacker. Yeah, he's an edge rusher. So and then sumo wrestling. Well, this is where he does have an advantage over C.J. Stroud. They didn't show any C.J. Stroud sumo wrestling because Micah was practicing and he was getting beat. Then he said, you know what? I'm gonna work these legs a little bit like I do every day in practice, and he did, and he worked. And again, you could say maybe he was, his opponent let up a little bit.
I still say that they were trying to be nice and gracious.
Well, I'm gonna say this guy, first of all, Micah Parsons with the sumo wrestling, he did push out the other sumo guy off of the ring, basically, right? But this guy tossed Micah. A bunch of times outside. Of course, he's a professional. He's more into not professional, but he's definitely one of the best of the young, sumo wrestlers there in Japan. And people looked up his information. He was born June 5th, 2006. He's 17 years old. All right, that's like my daughter's age. And from Fukushima, Japan, he's 6 feet. 265 pounds. I mean, the guy's a solid brick there. Micah going against him.
I know, but Micah's a somewhat similar size, right? Micah's like
230. Yeah, like 6'1". Right? No, he's like 250, baby. That was last year he went to 250.
Good point.
Again,
I forgot. I'm still back in 2022.
And even though these sumo wrestlers are big guys, what I'm saying? Micah's got muscle, too, there. I would say he's got more muscle than these guys, even though they're big, strong, heavy guys, right? But either way, like the leveraging and all that stuff, it was interesting to see it being used, and I'm sure Michael probably used some of that in his pass rushing repertoire there. We'll see what happens, but again, it was
I think it's a very interesting way for the NFL to promote football internationally. Like I said, obviously it's part of its strategy, not just for this year, but long term. I think it's pretty smart of them to have players basically sending them around the world on, sponsored vacations to more or less be representatives of the NFL. And it's kind of cool that Micah was one of the ones that was picked, because you can see how excited he is to just kind of be involved in everything.
And you know how competitive he is, so he wanted to win or at least hang in there. And even if they were letting him a little bit, the point is, C.J. Stroud didn't win any of those.
Yeah, but the Texas representation that was obviously very strong with the Micah and C.J., NFC, AFC.
Yeah, but again, like in the sumo thing, they might have let him. I watching the video, the guy definitely was taken a little back for a moment from Micah's little push there. But again, the guy's name is Jun Tanji. That's his name there, and he's only 17. All right, gonna be 18, I guess, in a month. But
yeah, John Stein said, if you can move a sumo wrestler, you can move a lineman.
And that's my point. I think he's going to use some of these things to be used for those skills. Win or not win, if in his mind he wants to win, they might have let up a little bit, but I don't think they want to be let up to like him just shoving the guy right off the thing. It wasn't just, he kind of had him for a second, if you know what I mean.
I know.
The guy lost his grip and Micah took advantage of it.
I'm not saying, I was going to say, I'm not trying to say that Micah,
didn't earn it.
Didn't earn it at all. I'm just saying that, it still has to chap your ass a little bit to know that you just got your ass handed to you by some 17-year-old kid.
He said run it back when he lost.
And Micah was a wrestler, so I feel like he assumed / thought that sumo would be somewhat similar. Again, the grappling, the kind of pushing off. So. Well.
Good.
Like you said, I have a feeling he's going to be studying some sumo wrestlers. Like, how can I do this? So,
but I'm going to... Oh, go ahead, baby.
Yeah, no, all good.
Because I was going to say this about the sumo wrestling, or even just forget about the sumo wrestling. Just whatever he may do with that, he may do with that. But what about under Mike Zimmer? Right there behind him. Right behind... Here's what I'm trying to say about this. This is how I'm going to relate it to the defensive discussion here for a moment. But Mike Zimmer, he said... He was talking about the double A gap. Blitz, basically, against any kind of scrambling quarterbacks. This was in 2022. But the important thing is this is the double A gap. Mug blitz. That is where both linebackers line up over the center. One on the right side of the center, the other one on the left side of the center. And you don't know who's blitzing, who's not blitzing. This is a key thing that Zimmer did a lot. He blitzed with this kind of package. If it's 3rd and 3, he ain't going to do this play. But if it's 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 6 or farther back, he's going to do these. He's going to bring the blitz like this. And Micah is going to be a huge part of this as a linebacker over center. Mm-hmm. So the double A gap. A gap is right over the center, guys. Double A gap means 2 linebackers over the center. Micah and Kendricks. At least that's the projection. Maybe it'll be overshown. Maybe somebody else. My point. Kendricks did this in Minnesota with Zimmer. So that's the double A gap blitz. Against scrambling quarterbacks on 3rd downs. This is in 2022. Zimmer said this, quote, with a scrambling quarterback, it's different because I didn't want the edge rusher, to drop into coverage. If the quarterback gets out of the pocket and starts to run, it could be bad news. If you've seen with Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, when they get loose and outside of the pocket. So we tried to keep them guessing by sometimes having both ends rush, sometimes dropping back, some of the edges. Basically, guys, every opponent in the NFC East employs a mobile quarterback. All right? Every single one. So, and we know Daniel Jones can get out there and get mobile. We know Hurts can run. I mean, Washington, they're going with they're going with the rookie now. Mm-hmm. I mean, so my point is, Zimmer's style of pressure will help win the Cowboys some games on 3rd downs against scrambling quarterbacks in the NFC East in itself. So this is how Micah is going to make a he's going to be mean mugging with a double A gap blitz. So I can't wait for that to happen under Zimmer throughout the season on big plays, on big 3rd down and 6 and 7s, and you're going to see it coming. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, another thing I'm looking forward to is a guy rehabbing back from injury. That is the man, Trayvon Diggs. Don't talk now, but he's going to be there. Press coverage under Zimmer's plan. But more importantly, he's still rehabbing from that torn ACL. So where is he at? And if you looked at our shorts, you'll see he posted a montage, about a minute video. And I'll explain more about that in a minute. But he basically said he put a minute video of just his highlights, almost confidently saying he's back. And then he put out some of his workout footage out there. And he said, quote, he posted this, he said, quote, a new era 7 2.0. After, coming back from the ACL tear and surgery, rehabbing now. He's hopping around, definitely looking mobile. He's in front of the star, the Ford Center there, running back and forth without any, look, I'm sure he has a brace of some sort. I didn't see any, but he's looking smooth. He's looking like he's making cuts, and he's working his way back. Hopefully by training camp, he will be good to go. So great news about Trayvon Diggs. This is all out of Trayvon Diggs over the last 2 days. So he's sending out the feelers that he feels comfortable, confident, and he's ready. He'll be ready for training camp. We need him, that's for sure. We also need the man, Jason Renfro, with that $2.80 holler.
Woo!
And he, by the way, takes Mr. Cat 52 to 23 Jordan Rico Dowdle points on the Stream Boss. I mean, Jason Renfro right now has the overall lead, got the gifting lead. He's close to the Cash App side of things. And, 23 away from the Stream Boss. I mean, this could be a full takeover, possibly. It'll have to happen tonight in the next 30 minutes because that's how quick tonight's stream is going to be. But Jason Renfro's doing his best. Baby, what's the $2.80 holler? What did he say with that?
Go Cowboys,
Woo.
Mavs, Stars, and Rangers. Run it back. Thank you so much, Jason. Appreciate you. Hey, again, Dallas has to go up there and do some big things, not just on the Cowboys side, right?
Agree. And listen, we got to again. I'm not, we're not from Dallas, but everybody else representing Dallas properly in the other 3 sports, the major sports. What the hell are we doing? We getting the playoffs and losing to the Packers? Hell no. Come on, conference championship, Super Bowl, win 6. That's what we need. Much love, Jason. Appreciate you as he's chipping away at Cat 52. Now, so that's the Trayvon Diggs update, guys. Just good news. A lot of workout videos on his Instagram coming back from that torn ACL. Again, himself saying this, a new era 7 2.0. So I think he's coming up ready to come in for training camp and be at 100%. Or at least, let me not say 100%. 80%, I think we won't be 100% until the middle of the year, possibly. So that's my true feeling, which sucks, but it is the reality. The thing is, he's on track, he's on schedule, and he's looking good out there, at least at this point of his rehab. So that's the update on Trayvon Diggs' rehab. Now let me just go. We got the defense. We talked about the defense. It's time to talk a little bit of offense here for a minute, okay? And let's start off with Dak Prescott. Just a little note I found, floating around. Mm-hmm. But the Cowboy offense over the last 5 years, basically the 2020s, all right? In 2019, 27.1 points per game, number 6 in the NFL. 2020 pre-Dak injury with that broken leg, 32.6 points per game. That was number 2 in the NFL. 2021, 31.2 points per game in the NFL. That was number 1, by the way. 2022 post-Dak injury after the Tampa Bay game. We lost 5 games and he came back for the rest of the season. We were scoring 32.5 points when he was the starting quarterback. That was number 1 in the NFL. Last year, we were scoring 29.9 points. That was number 1 in the NFL. So the last 3 years, we're number 1. That's Kellen Moore or no Kellen Moore. Mm-hmm. We were number 2 in 2020 before he broke his leg. We know that was a crazy year because we got we scored 50 points every game and lost most of them. So, and then just before that, when Kellen Moore and I would say Jason Garrett, Lenahan were here. 27.1 points per game. That was still 6th in the NFL. So under Dak, after 2019, he really, even in 2019, you could see turning the page of his ability to kind of get the team down the field and score. Even against easy teams, he still was not getting 30 points a game like he averaged basically the last 4 years, number 1 or number 2 in the NFL. So he obviously upped his game even from that point. So just throwing that out there when it comes to Dak, you got to read a little bit deeper than just he had last year was about the interceptions 2 years ago. Now it wasn't about the interceptions anymore. Now 9 interceptions, that's the lowest with the most touchdown passes that I think any quarterback's had for the Cowboys in our history. So again, Dak has his good and his bad in it, but let's be honest, when he's in there, we're a better team on offense. That's facts. Cooper Rush in there, we might have won 4 out of the 5 games, and he was there. Cooper Rush is not not even close to Dak Prescott. He's a game manager and a poor one. It's just McCarthy was more what helped us in those games in the defense than it was, Cooper Rush. He was just a placeholder. So Dak Prescott is a big difference when it comes to Dak and Cooper Rush. And when it comes to Trey Lance, people are saying he's great. you got to show it first. You got to be able to beat Cooper Rush first. And right now, he's on the verge of doing that, but hasn't done it yet. So
it's something else I still haven't really heard a satisfying answer to. Is okay, like let's say we are in some weird like let's move on from Dak type of scenario and we are going to get like a young quarterback or whatever. No one seems to really have an answer for those first handful of years where you're going to be going through it regardless of whether they end up being good or not, like that transition period. They just kind of say like, oh well, it just is what it is. It's like, yeah, but can you afford to have a 1 or 2 quote-unquote wasted years depending on the talent that you just signed? I'm just saying, in this scenario, we're about to sign CeeDee Lamb, we just signed Micah, and then we're gonna just blow it all up to tank for 2 years? Because we're gonna take the chance to try and develop someone? I don't know.
It makes no sense.
Real quick, I do want to just double check, because someone said it was buffering a second. It looks good on my side. If you guys in the chat can just let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
It should hopefully be good on your sides as well.
All right. Well,
just saying, skip for a second, but now Stephen White cracking me up, saying, what? A poor game manager? Rush rocks. Dustin Roberts, what's up? Much love to you. So,
I want to say something. Speaking of quarterbacks, Tom Brady had a little razzing today, a little roast, and a lot of people talking about it. I mean, there's a lot of shit I can't say on here.
Yes,
you gotta have to watch if you got Netflix or get it.
We were spending some family time, so we weren't able to catch the entire thing live. Only parts of it.
Yeah, but there were some highlights. Like Gronk said, Edelman was the nickname was the Squirrel. And he was a squirrel because he loved having Tom Brady's nuts in his mouth. I mean, then he said hi to Tom Brady's sister, and Tom actually did not, joking around, said no, stay away from them. Gronk had a situation where he actually been brain dead for a second. Grabbed he's just retarded. So Gronkowski, he was up there. He lost his place. They started making fun of him, like you come and you can announce it. You come on, try to make it. Like he couldn't read. Basically, what they're saying. They're saying he's like a dumbass. Then he took his shot. Took a shot with Tom Brady and
Feels
Belichick.
less dumbass and more CTE, but what the heck do I know?
Then he took the after the shot and he spiked it like he does a football. So.
Yeah, I got it. Buffer City?
No.
Again, it's
not buffering at all. That's your side, guys, on that one.
Yeah.
I think if anybody has an issue there. Because on our side, it looks fine. But at least it seems like that so far. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I haven't seen it buffer once.
So anyways, the thing is that he took the shot glass and he spiked it like he did the football.
Oh, God.
And it broke, and I think someone got hit in the front row with some shards of glass, and Brady had to bounce back. I mean, he's fucking insane. It was a very funny thing, guys. You might break it down. The funniest guy I think was Julian Edelman. He made Belichick shit himself almost because he said basically he would say, every time you said I wasn't that good, I wasn't good enough, we weren't good enough. And I've been waiting my whole life to say this to you, but you couldn't get a fucking job this year. You're unemployed. And Belichick started cracking up in tears. You never seen Belichick laugh like that. So
I still think one of the funnier jokes as well, unexpected too, because Tom Brady wasn't the funniest when he got up there to talk towards the end.
Lame,
but his one joke at Belichick where he was like, yeah, that picture of you a few months ago when you were leaving that girl's house, we see you, Belichick, you still got it. Get it. And then he was like, respect. And Belichick didn't even try to, he wasn't even embarrassed. Yeah. He was just kind of like, yeah, I still got it.
So I'm
okay,
I'm banging her, so what?
Sorry, I thought that was funny as shit.
Drew Bledsoe, of course, he got injured Brady made a horrible joke about 9/11, about two jets going into Drew Bledsoe. So, it kind of, I don't know, it's kind of it was pretty low brow, but again, I guess it's not, it's definitely we've had the a good amount of years between that. So people making jokes, Brady made a joke, but Drew Bledsoe actually said something funny to him. He said, this is what Drew Bledsoe said to Brady when he went up there early on. He said, quote, I've experienced a couple of things that you'll never experience. The feeling of being the number 1 overall draft pick in the NFL and a 28th wedding anniversary.
It's buffering, baby. I don't know what to say. All right, guys. Yeah, we needed just to check our settings here on our side. Again, don't know what to say. Our internet is working. I tried to, just in case, I checked it off the Wi-Fi. I backtracked. On my side of the stream, there is no buffering and not sure what's going on. So, fingers crossed, everything is okay now. But let's go ahead and keep on rocking with the show. So if you want, roll it back just a little bit, baby, so that people can hear the last thing that we just touched on. Or if you want, we just go ahead and move on to the next one.
I think we're talking about Tom Brady's roast, but kind of lost its push there since it died.
Yeah, they're saying it's good now. So great.
So anyways, it's just an interesting thing by Drew Bledsoe, who said to Tom Brady, "I've experienced a couple of things you'll never experience. The feeling of being the number 1 overall draft pick in the NFL and a 28th wedding anniversary." It was yesterday, and of course, referring to Brady's divorce. So again, that along, I had said the thing earlier about Belichick. Basically, you said about him sneaking in a woman's house.
Edelman basically saying, I've been dying to say this to you. You're unemployed now.
Yeah, basically, you couldn't get here. What do I say?
Look, can make that fucking play.
I've been waiting for this for so long.
Look, asshole, Foxborough High's the only job offer you fucking had.
Before we get hit with with a tag on that.
Demonetized.
Yeah.
Oh, still, that was so funny.
There was a couple great shots in this. I'm not gonna go through them all. I mean, again, I'm showing you this where Gronk slams the thing and the
oh Jesus!
The shot glass and it shatters.
Like you literally see glass flying everywhere.
This is all live, by the way. Dana, what's his name? Dana White that runs the MMA fighting, MMA fighting. Jeff Ross said, "I love you, Dana. You're like Michael Vick, but with human beings."
Oh, wow!
And it was a couple other. Bill Belichick took a shot with Robert Kraft, which was interesting. By the way, Jeff Ross, comedian, made a joke about Robert Kraft getting a massage. And Tom Brady got up kind of pissed off and said, don't say that shit anymore.
Hey, he's still very buddy with Robert Kraft, I'm sure. He's like, you're not going to talk smack about
Andrew
my
Schultz or Joe, well, I guess he's a comedian. He's told Dana White, oh, that's why Dana White's here. So you can learn how to fuck a Brazilian out of half their purse. That's the whole thing about the MMA fighting, because a lot of Brazilian fighters there. So,
all right, well, look, the point is, we could probably go on for a while, but I have to admit, worth watching. The half that we saw was top notch, very funny. Definitely looking forward to watching that. And honestly, I respect Tom Brady for being able to poke fun at himself in this way, because obviously not every celebrity or athlete is down for something like that.
I mean, Kevin Hart was great as a host. So just watch it, guys. Trust me,
I would love to see a Jerry Jones roast.
Oh, man. Jerry Jones doesn't have the skin for that.
I know.
No way he can handle that. So, anyways, moving on. That was the Dak Prescott segment. Their quarterback segment. I could have done the joke stuff earlier, but let's go to serious news, Cowboys and CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb right now is working out. Now, he's not at the OTAs. This is a voluntary OTA. So what's the update? Well, if you look at the shorts segment on our channel, you'll see the video of CeeDee Lamb, literally just our newest video. It came out this evening. By his coach, by his wide receiver guru, offseason coach, Delphonte Diamond. He runs with a lot of receivers. He does a lot of work with the receivers, and that's who CeeDee Lamb always goes with, the start and stop in his routes, the movement in his routes. He's trying to up his game even farther, CeeDee Lamb. That's really good. He worked with the same guy last offseason, and many of his teachings have translated to on-field effects and production. So whatever, again, you see, if you watch, you'll see him start up and slow down, kind of kick the leg out, moving his body a certain way, keeping his control on his body. This is all part of route running. He'll look fast doing it. Hard to cover that. So he's going to be shaking some more, cornerbacks this year, some defensive backs, with the work he's putting in. And this is just in the OTAs, time frame, which is just voluntary. He's not at the OTAs, because if he gets hurt there, Cowboys won't give him the contract. He's going to work on his own, which is what he's doing now, and we've seen it. And he looks great. Pay the man. You see 99% of our comments in that section. There's like 500 comments. Pay the man. What are we doing here? So, again, get him paid. Now, that's the veteran update on the workouts and things going on. What about the rookies? Let's go to the rookies for a second. The newest guys here brought in by, Will McClay and, of course, Chris Hall. Both these guys are on our cover here, our thumbnail. That's Chris Hall, in case you're wondering. I always call him the guy with the mullet. Kind of, he has a mullet look, but again, that's the guy there who gets the undrafted players with. He's like the key of the undrafteds with Will McClay. McClay runs the show, but these two guys are the ones that get the undrafteds. We're going to discuss the undrafted guys in a minute, but what about the drafted guys? Because there are the drafted guys. Because there are a couple of these guys that we definitely have to bring up here and discuss when it comes to this draft. And I'll just go with the numbers, just show you the numbers there. But first round pick, they're number 60. Tyler Guyton. He worked. If you look at our shorts, you'll see him working with offensive line masterminds. Mm-hmm. This is what's his name? Manyweather. Duke Manyweather doing his thing out there. And Tyler Guyton's working as a left tackle already. He's doing his work as a left tackle. Trying to do the 1-2, 1-2, 1-2-3s on hitting the pads and hand placement stuff, just to get ready to, in his rookie mini camp, which is around the corner, guys. Like I said, May 8th, 9th, and 10th is rookie mini camp. So that's 3 days away, guys. So get ready for that, right around the corner. Also, you have Ryan Flournoy. You guys see him right there, number 18, or Flournoy. He's our receiver, drafted there in the 6th round, and he was with a wide receiver coach, Cameron Goodson, working with Ryan Flournoy to get him ready ahead of this rookie mini camp. So Flournoy is going to get some work there with Cameron Goodson, and they are trying to get him just to clean up some stuff here before rookie mini camp kicks off on May 8th in a couple of days. Now, gave you these guys here, right? But what about the undrafteds? And I kind of want to go back to the. I don't have the list here for you guys, but I do have the. I'm not going to show you the list of the undrafteds on this screen, but I do want to say a quick analysis of these guys. I broke these undrafted guys down, but in the past, a couple quick notes I found throughout the last couple of days, and I wanted to share with you guys. But just first and foremost, some of these undrafted guys, and you're going to hear what I'm talking about, the defensive tackle Daxon, Johnson, the running back Pete. These guys can very well compete for Johnson's a linebacker from UCF. These guys can compete for roles as depth and special teams earlier than later if they develop during a training camp, during right now, from here on. If they can do that, some of these guys can sneak on the team. Some of them can be definitely, not just special teamers, but also practice squad. A lot of them will be practice squad in this group. They have 12 of these guys. Overall, there was a lack of speed that was gained with our undrafted guys. You know what I'm saying? But they're all smarter players who know where to be on the field. So we traded a little bit of speed for smarts.
Okay.
On this group of undrafted. Not the drafted, but the undrafteds. So, of course, you see the drafteds are on the screen there. But when it comes...
I'm going to just assume that might be a coaching decision.
Yeah.
You get my point?
Probably is,
just those types of little metrics where we've said it before, like the types of players that they look for, it is kind of trickling down from above, especially when it comes to these types of guys. It's like, hey, which are the guys that you want us to bring to the top of your list depending on certain metrics or things we see and things like that. So
let me start an offense at running back. One of the guys that may have a spot in this team, even if it's practice squad, Nathaniel Pete, running back from Missouri. Does not have breakaway speed. Remember, not as much speed with this crop of guys. Not as much breakaway speed. Is not creative in the open field. Poor. When he gets hit, he kind of loses balance. Poor contact balance. But he has good vision. Will wait for blocks to develop. Does not run east and west as much as north and south. And he, again, a good receiver out of the backfield and adjusts well to the football. So a running back that could make this team in some way. Nathan Pete, undrafted. Another undrafted. This is the big one here at tight end. Brevin Spanford from Minnesota. This guy had some 5th round grades on him. His hands and route running still needs a little touch up. All right, he's low on the athletic profile. He's not explosive as a receiver, but he's been brought in to be Schoonmaker's backup, right? Mm-hmm. He's a blocker, guys. He does line up on the line or split out. He can do both. He's an excellent blocker with length and technique. Some people call him an offensive lineman that's just substituting as a tight end, basically. He's also very smart. Also, short yardage kind of guy. can either get the blocking for the running back in a short yardage situation, a goal line situation, and he could be more, utilized more there on the goal line if he cleans up his drops. He does drop the ball. Not a great receiver, but a great blocker. So Schoonmaker, not that he's going to be replaced by him. Trust me, a second-round pick and undrafted, it ain't going to happen not in 1 year. But he's the backup to Schoonmaker, and that's a solid pickup there for the Cowboys. Another tight end who probably will be practice squad or not make the team is Alec Holler, tight end from UCF. Does not have long speed. Again, not a lot of speed in his crew. And he rounds off his routes a little bit too, and again, a little slow out of the cuts. So again, he also runs with high pad level on blocks. So not great on that side of things, but he's a good and willing blocker, not afraid to go over the middle, more of a receiver than Brevin Spanford, and lines up inside and outside, high points the ball with good hands. So more of a receiver tight end. The other guy's more of a blocking tight end who was much higher on everyone's list. Now, receiver-wise, wide receivers, two of them. Cam Johnson, receiver from Northwestern, does not have the speed. Again, you see this common theme, speed. Not the speed to break big plays or separate. He's slower in routes and in acceleration. He cannot handle if he's double teamed, which he should never be as a rookie right now, undrafted. But he does have good hands, catches well in traffic, good run blocker as well. The Cowboys like that. Also can line inside and outside, so that's good. Cowboys might look at him as a special teams practice squad guy. But he's going to be better than our other guy here that we picked up, Corey Crooms from Minnesota, wide receiver. He's kind of the lowest guy on the list, I would say. Lacks explosive qualities because no speed. It tends to catch into the body, not great. Limited ability to play inside and out, does not do that well. Every single other guy has. But he does find the open spots naturally in the zone coverages. Does well to keep his feet on the sideline catches. So a little bit of that Terrence Williams, that Michael Gallup kind of like sideline play. Looks to break tackles. He high points the ball. He's a possession type wide receiver. So Corey Crooms, that's all you're going to see from him as practice squad, probably at best. Now, this guy I think can make this team in some shape, form, or fashion. A defensive tackle inside guy from Illinois, Denzel Daxon, one of the slowest defensive tackles in the draft. He can also be taken at the point of attack. Not good. I think we got Rodgers, number 96, to me, is extremely good at taking on blocks at the point of attack. So that's a big difference between him and Daxon. And he also can be slow coming out of the stance, Daxon. But he is a very good short tackler. Does very good job in locating where the ball is. Flashes a solid swim move to get past some offensive linemen when he's running across the line. Powerful and can stand up offensive linemen as well. So a couple positives for him as well. He's a practice squad guy, I think, at the very least. Now, defensive line guy, another guy here, can play edge or inside. Byron Vaughns from Baylor. He relies on speed over technique in the pass rush, can struggle when disengages from blocks because of hand technique, not very good, and does not always wrap up on tackles. But he does see the ball carrier well. He has an explosive first step and a good change of direction, comes downhill to the ball carrier, and takes very good angles. Someone to keep in mind of, might make the practice squad. Now, this guy here, linebacker from UCF, he can maybe make this team as a top-notch kind of practice squad guy. Maybe even sneak on to 53. We'll see with the linebacker situation. A lot of spots open. But he allows too many blockers to get inside of him and struggles to disengage from blocks. Sometimes he does telegraph which gap he's going to hit, and then he sticks to it so they easily can block him out of that. And he has low ball skills. He's not a very good coverage guy. But he's very patient to hit his gap when he does hit it and wraps up the ball carrier very well, sees the field very well, and knows his coverage assignment. But again, like I said, sometimes not very good at locating the ball. Anyways, we got the man, Skeptical Fan, always staying skeptical with a $2 holler. And he's a little bit behind Jason Renfro on the gifting board. But what did he say with that J. Lou 2?
Ooh, thank you, Skeptical. He said, did Hendershot's injury get him demoted? So, thank you very much, Skeptical. Again, I don't think it was
Was it demotion?
Less demotion and more opportunity creation for other guys. Let's be real. Whenever anybody gets hurt, you never know what can happen in that hole that is left behind. Again, I don't think Tony Romo ever thought in any universe that he would get hurt and then be facing retirement because the Cowboys found his replacement and he physically couldn't keep up. You get what I'm trying to say? So I think it's more of an opportunity situation where other guys were able to take advantage of Hendershot's absence, and the Cowboys maybe considered things differently because of that situation.
I think that's a good question because, you got McEwen, who never really could. He kind of was the blocking version of Hendershot. Hendershot's more the receiving kind of quality guy there. And with Ferguson, of course, number one, and Schoonmaker, number two.
And Schoonmaker was brought in more of a blocking.
Right. But the number three was always going to be not McEwen. It was going to be, Hendershot, more of a receiving kind of tight end. And then McEwen's our four. But then we got John Stevens Jr. Or John Stevens, I don't know. John Stevens, I always think of Jerry's.
I know.
But
I want to say John Stephen Jones.
Stephen Jones. I don't know. Whatever. Look, the point is, SJA. I don't know what his name is, but SJS. He is he's going to be a guy that would have knocked off Hendershot last year. I mean, he definitely knocked out McEwen off this team. Yeah. We had to pick him back up because of the issue, but Hendershot also got injured. And then, kind of set him back, but I think he was losing grip already of that. Stevens was going to take over his role. He was going to be the fourth guy or worse. So Stevens got hurt, saved his job for Hendershot. And then Hendershot, was the third guy. I think right now, when you look at the guys that we got here at tight end already, and the guy we picked up here, Brevin, Ford, I think this guy is going to be a guy that takes out someone like, not just McEwen. We didn't even pick, McEwen's still a free agent, by the way. But he's going to knock out, Hendershot's going to be the fifth tight end on this team now. So that's just because there's more talent around, and he's just not going to be able to hang, I think. Unfortunately for him, I think he's the odd man out. He's got to fight hard for that spot. Just doesn't have enough to, I think, keep up with what these other tight ends are going to be able to bring with the blocking aspect, which he's all right as a blocker. But he's dropped too many. He's supposed to be a good receiver, and he's dropped an interception. He dropped a pass that led directly to an interception, and he's had other drops. So we lost a little confidence in him, even though he still has a little bit of.
And John, I'm also throwing out there. Sometimes I look past the player's deficiencies and/or bad habits if it's easily fixable and they can be coached out of them. It also depends on the kind of upside they provide. Right. For example, Sam Williams, man. There's a player who is unfortunately constantly causing mistakes and getting into situations. But let's be real, we'd be a lot more tolerant of those if he was producing just a little bit more, wouldn't we? Right? Yes, no, maybe. Just throwing that out there, right? So, and by the way, guys, I do appreciate all the love here that is being shown to us in the chat and shown to Scorpio there. As well for his. No, he's just had a rough last few weeks. So I just wanted to say thank you. I do appreciate that. And,
we hope we can help in any way possible, even just talking a little Cowboy football, brother. Yeah. So, listen, as I kind of go through this here, by the way, Cab, 20 points, a little former Tony Pollard holler, right?
Has anybody claimed the number 20 yet? I don't think so.
I think somebody has. I just don't remember who it is off the top of my head right now. I'm not sure.
Maybe one of our rookies?
No, that's all the rookies there.
True.
Probably had to be one of the undrafted. So either way, we'll figure that out in the future. I'm looking at these last couple of players on our undrafted list. I just talked about Jason Johnson, who, is a guy who could sneak on this team as either a special teams 53 or practice squad. Mm-hmm. I think Jason Johnson, linebacker from UCF, will probably sneak on this team possibly. And then you got another linebacker from South Dakota, Brock Mogensen. And again, he's more a guy that kind of comes in slow to diagnose plays, comes in high when he hits blockers, and then the blocks end up making him he comes in too high on the blocks, so he gets easily taken out of plays. His frame is maxed out. He's going to turn his back. He turns his back to the quarterback when he's in coverage, so he loses the ball, and then he loses coverage. And also doesn't have very good pass rush production. Now, he is a violent hitter when he comes downhill. Solid in zone coverage, works well through traffic across the trenches, the line. So we'll see if he can't see. It kind of seems to me like he's going to have to use that heart to win that spot on this team, or also be practice squad or released. Kind of one of the lower graded guys that we picked up. Now, the last set of guys are defensive backs, and they're all safeties. We'll start.
Redwine. Thank you, Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, there he is. Redwine. Sheldrick Redwine moved it over from 36 to 20. So that's where we talked about that when it first happened weeks ago. Thank you for the update. So the last three guys undrafted: Julius Wood, safety from East Carolina. He lacks closing speed. He finds himself lost in coverage a lot of times, over pursues. He takes bad angles, poor man coverage skills, and also is grabby, handsy with receivers. So that's not good. But he is very good in run support. Violent in hitting. Comes downhill quickly, will look to try to knock the ball out. So he's ferocious in that way. But again, more like a Marquise Bell. I think of him as a safety with that linebacker downhill mindset, the Donovan Wilson type of guys. Josh DeBerry, safety from Texas A&M, when he plays when he's playing man coverage, he backpedals and it gets him off the coverage slowly. He does not regain himself in coverage. He gives a large cushion in off-man coverage and gets, basically, he's too safe. He's not close enough, not handsy enough in man coverage. So size is also an issue for DeBerry. The good thing is he does make plays on the ball when he tracks it. When he sees it, he does make a play on the ball. When when he's not able to, obviously he's pretty bad there. But he has a can-do attitude against the run. He's a good tackler as well. So you see with the Cowboys looking a lot of tackling, more tackling experts all around the field on defense. And then Imani Johnson, a guy who definitely can make this team as well. I think this is I said Johnson as a linebacker, but I think this Johnson is the true favorite to probably either make the team or make the practice squad easily. Safety from Nevada. He's in between a cornerback and a safety. He can do kind of everything there, but he fits in the NFL, seems to fit as a safety better. 1 year of ball production is one of the negatives there. He also the play speed is a little bit low, which limits his coverage in man situations. And he also allows broken tackles. So as I'm saying, we need tacklers. This is one guy who's not a good tackler, but he's good in run support, forcing, taking on the blocks and kind of the reaction to the ball carrier, forces the ball carrier to kind of change the spot. Good hip flip and change the direction in coverage, and he's very physical in coverage. So, you're seeing Imani Johnson. Keep that name in mind. Johnson, the tight end, the running back, I'm saying safety, linebacker. Safety, linebacker, running back, and tight end. Those are the four guys I think the four positions, the four pieces that will kind of sneak onto this team in a way that's going to be either, 53rd player on the team or practice squad, elevation. So keep an eye on that when it comes to these undrafted guys. But not as many going to make the 53 this year than in previous years. And we've talked about the reasons for that because a lot of the red shirt freshmen and COVID situations kind of finishing up these years now that all these guys left, so there's a lot less of the graduating class. Next year it's going to go back to normal. So at least that's the expectation. Anyways, that's that side of things. Now, the last thing I want to say, the last thing we're talking about tonight before we call it a night here on My Cowboys Family, kind of a quickie, I guess, tonight. Mm-hmm. But the Dallas Cowboys, Will McClay's maneuvering and, and kind of our signings forced by the clown show, let's be honest. I mean, they are obviously much more interested in getting compensatory picks. So what's the final numbers going to look like? And we kind of have an idea of what they're going to look like. The Cowboys right now are tied for the most projected compensatory picks in 2025. We got 5 of them. We can only get 4. You can only have 4. So we got 5. But we have 4 of them in the 5th round. I'm sorry, 3 in the 5th round and 1 in the 6th round. The 7th round one, which I think was Noah Brown, is the lowest one, so you lose that one. The lowest one is dropped. Mm-hmm. So our highest 4 comp picks will go to go and be active for our team next year. And in 2025, the projection is we're going to get 3 in the round 5. And I think we have 1 there as well. So that's 4 picks in round 5. That's why I say good. A running back, one of those 5th rounders, like a Dameon Pierce, Javonte Williams from Denver. There's a lot of options out there. And then we got 1 in round 6, which if we have a 6th rounder, that's 2 in round 6. So we got heavily loaded with 6 picks and 5s in rounds 5 and 6. So day 3 will be busy there. That's why you can unload some of these and still get some quality players with a year or 2 left on their rookie contracts. But hey, point is here, where are these picks coming from? Dorrance Armstrong from the Commanders now.
Yep.
We get a 5th rounder from him with his deal, with the money he got. Same thing with Tyler Biadasz.
I was just about to say, I'm sure Biadasz is
Biadasz as one of those guys. Tony Pollard with the Titans. Those 3 guys are giving us, I think they're giving us 5th rounders based on their situation. Tyron Smith from the Jets. I mean, he's definitely gives us a 5th rounder, I think. And Dante Fowler Jr. from the Commanders. So I don't know why I said Noah Brown. That was last year. But this year, these are the 5 guys that are going to hit on our free agent comp list, and 3 of these guys our 5th round comp picks, and one of them was a 6th rounder. So the Cowboys traded away our 7th rounder to the Lions. When we moved down and got Tyler Guyton and that 3rd round pick from the Lions, we also gave up our 7th for next year. So we have no 7th round pick, which is fine. That's fine. But
yeah, the difference between a 7th rounder and an undrafted guy is
similar.
Not much,
yeah, especially at the end of the draft, and then you compare that to 4 5th rounders and 2 6th rounders. I'd rather have any of those than any 7th rounder. So when you look at our situation, guys, here's our numbers. Actually, I have the numbers here. Our 1st round pick, of course, is still there. Our 2nd round pick is there. 3rd round pick, all the original picks. Same thing with our 4th rounder, and then we have our 5th rounder, which is our original pick, plus 3 compensatory. So we have 4 picks that round. We have our original 6th rounder, and then our comp pick in the 6th round. So, baby, right there, on day 3, we're going to have a 4th rounder, 4 5th rounders, and 2 6th rounders. And then, day 1 is the 1st rounder, and day 2 is the 2nd and 3rd rounder. That's all normal. But that 3rd day, we're going to have a 4th, 4 5ths, and 2 6ths, and then our draft is over, unless we trade back. So, that's a total of 10 picks for the Cowboys next year, which is more than enough to play around with, to move up and down in the draft with, to go get a running back or a position player that you may need either now or in the season with. So if you trade a 5th rounder, it ain't a big deal in my mind. We don't really need 4 5th rounders. Let's use that and make a move to help this team now. If we could, I would. I would like to see that.
I agree. I think that's a fantastic way of using some draft capital in a way that's immediately impactful, and you're not really taking anything away from next year's draft either.
Right.
3 5th-round picks
left over from that,
is almost as good as 4 of them. And what we can do with that 1 pick here and now, I think, is of higher value than any 5th-round guy that we might be able to get next year.
Yeah, remember,
Does that make sense?
you throw 4 darts at a board for the 5th round. Mm-hmm. You might hit 2, and you're going to miss 2. My point is, you take
taking one of those darts and trading it in for some poker chips.
Well, I'm saying you're trading it in for 2 years left on Dameon Pierce and his contract. That is much more worth it than the 5th rounder that's not going to make the team. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, this guy's giving us production now. He's a 2-year guy. He started off great. Let's get one of these guys out. That's an example. I'm not saying we have to get a running back. It could be any position, but that's what you should do with these picks. So, I don't know. To me, it makes sense to really unload a couple of these 5th, 6th rounders that we have. We're chock full of them. Let's unload it and let's get some quality players and or move up in the draft to actually make a move and go get a guy we really need and want, and it's sitting right there in the 3rd round. You can get another 3rd rounder with these picks. You give up your 3rd rounder, or you give up a 4th rounder and a 5th rounder, or 2 5th rounders, and you get a 3rd, and you move up on another players in the 4th, or in the 3rd round. So that's what the Cowboys need to figure out, what their plan is for. I'm sure they're gonna, in the end, they'll probably end up taking all 10 picks and throw them on the dartboard. Stephen Jones loves doing that shit, so we'll see what happens. We'll see. So, give me the last comments, because we're going to get this raffle going, and it's going to be a very big time lucky winner right here from the Star Over Everything and one of our weekly winners. One of those people, one of the family members in that group will be winning a Sewn and Stitch jersey. We'll talk about it in a minute.
So, Louis Ortiz said, I think that we need a wide receiver more than a running back.
And that's, again, like I said, that's an option as well. We could pick up a good receiver for a 5th round pick. Easy money. We could get a 5th rounder. We can use 2 of our 5th rounders to get a receiver running back. Probably 2 guys that are in the 2nd year of their rookie deals. And cheap. Barely hurts us. We still got 2 5th rounders. And we're going to use these guys, so let's say, for the next 2 years. It's kind of like getting Brandon Cooks or Stephon Gilmore. You know what we traded for them? A 5th rounder and a 6th rounder. That's what happened. Right? 2 5th rounders, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Back to back. Just saying, like, that's the way you make the moves. You got Brandon Cooks, Stephon Gilmore. Let's keep cooking that direction.
Yeah, and again, I'm gonna say it, a 5th-round pick, while not, the greatest ever, it's still, it's still a 5th-round pick. Like, it's still
teams love 5th rounders.
That's what I'm saying.
If you don't have a lot of 5th rounders, you give up your running back that you don't use to get that 5th rounder. Mm-hmm. We have 4 of them, so we can mix and match there. We can change it up. That's
Of course. I mean, again, from a team perspective, a good chunk of your team is still built from those later, more average picks, right? Mm-hmm. So, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I do want to take a second here. Skeptical fan, thank you very much for the $2 holler.
The man staying skeptical. Much love to him. The J. Lou 2. He's 5th on the board. Literally, wait, no, is he 5th? No, he jumped up now. I think he jumped up into 4th place on the board.
Oh, perfect timing
So
there.
big. Oh no,
and
he's
Skeptical Fan
he's
also
fifth,
cracks
he's
me
fifth.
up because
He's fifth. I'm sorry. Yeah,
his comment after his drop said, "Shit, I'll stick around for the drawing." So yes, guys, we'll be getting to that in actually just a few minutes here.
We'll see who
star
wins it.
raffle.
Yes,
but thank you
yes.
very much, Skeptical. He said good night and condolences, Scorpio, for your
Yes,
loss.
yes.
Like I said, guys, seriously,
We echo
you
that
truly
sentiment.
are the best. Thank you so much, Skeptical.
Yeah, we echo that exact same sentiment. So, yeah.
Rolling it back to the rest of the football points here. By the way, John Stein cracking me up as well here. Luis Ortiz said, Dak also now has time with that line.
Yeah, he has even another half second. You know how much that helps? Half second helps a lot.
That's one of the reasons why I'm not, I think, as concerned about the running back situation as others are. Like, I'm not trying to be dismissive of it either. And I still fully agree that we could have spent very, very, very little and gotten a much better and higher impact guy. But I am kind of a full believer in this O-line is going to do better, therefore our run game will be better train. So, and the other thing out there, McCarthy is running the offense once more. Last year was kind of him getting his feet wet, so I think he's going to be more comfortable
it took 2 months.
With the offense, especially considering that we haven't had that much turnover outside of the line, and we went ahead and addressed that in a very major way. So, for the most part, our offense is like 80% the same, just with a hopefully new and improved young O-line. If you consider that, even if we kept the playbook more or less the same, you would imagine some plays ending up more successful. But obviously, if we kept everything the same, everyone know what the heck we're doing here. So, if Luis Ortiz also threw out there, we have to see what Flournoy and Ford bring. So maybe it can be a running back, but let's see what our needs are. Skeptical Fan also saying we still should have to get another defensive tackle.
Yeah, I would like to see a veteran defensive tackle out there, not an undrafted or a 1 year guy, 2 year. I want to see a veteran guy been here 5-6 years or more and knows how to not get pushed backwards. We need somebody who can stay at least and hold it down like a Hankins kind of did. Just in case Mozzie can't. You got to have plan B here. You can't hope that Rodgers now comes in there and starts for Mozzie, who's, your 7th round rookie this year. Makes no sense. So I hear you guys. And now it's time for that raffle, guys. Again, let me open this up. I guess we'll take me away and you away, baby. We'll disappear for a second as we open up the very cool crew of people that can win this thing here. Yeah. We're not here. Guys, you guys are represented right here. As you can see, you got McLovin again. These are our weekly winners. And SCO971. They got the asterisk for a reason because these 3 guys earned this spot. Now, the rest of the guys are in the membership, the top shelf membership. Seabass, he's in that over everything level membership. Over everything, extra perks because you get a second raffle entry there. So much love to Seabass. He's upped his chances there, obviously. So is McLovin. They have the best chances to win this. And then you got the rest of the star level members. You got Lincoln Kane, The Lunatic, Dwayne Broussard, Skeptical Fan, Marissa Sparkle, Chuck the Montana 808, and never forget Jason Renfro. Woo. So appreciate you, all you guys on this list. Again, baby, you want to remind them what it is that they are going to be in this raffle for, I guess you can say.
Of course, again, your choice of...
Let me see something here. Let me make sure. I'm sorry, baby. I'm trying to get to the screen so you can see it.
But I'll go ahead and say it anyways. Guys, again, it is your choice of an authentic, stitched in jersey. So again, as long as we have the player available, we got you. And yes, it's any player, style, and size. And heck, I guess I have to say it because I know you've pointed this out too, but I guess it technically doesn't have to be a Dallas Cowboy jersey. So it could be technically another team or possibly even another sport. Not sure about that one. Mm-hmm. So definitely another team. Not sure about the other sport one. So, but yeah, thank you guys again to everybody here, and congrats to everybody entered. I can't wait to see who the winner is.
So, it's this jersey. You know how this thing goes. It's time. Let's unravel it. Oh, let me make sure I got that off the screen too. I don't know why this thing keeps coming up on my side. There it is. All right, now let's do the raffle, guys. Good luck to all. The whole star level, over everything level, and the weekly winners. Let's get it on. Good luck to all. Cheers. And the winner is Choctaw, Montana 808.
Woo!
newly into the membership, just like that, outdoes the other people in the house, the April winners, and Choctaw is the big winner there.
Congrats,
Appreciate him.
Choctaw Montana 808. You already know how to hit us up. Let us know what you would like.
Yes,
and we
appreciate
got you.
We got you. And go Cowboys. You know how this thing goes. Congrats to Choctaw Montana 808. Back in in no time. And back on the board like that. Congrats to him. Appreciate everybody else in the house who is in the star and over everything level membership side of things. And of course, our weekly winners. And speaking of our weekly winners, baby.
I was actually going to say, don't despair, guys, if you are sad because you didn't win there, if you were in the star or over everything or one of those names, because guess what? We do have this other raffle happening here just this upcoming week.
The lunatic style, right?
Yes. To celebrate the draft, of course. If you drop $10, bam, you're automatically entered. Every additional 10 was another additional bonus entry. Those continue to stack, and membership has its perks. You get a bonus entry if you are an MCF member.
Yeah, if you get the $10, you hit the $10 mark, and you're in the membership, doesn't matter what level, navy, blue, silver, star, over everything. If you're at any level, you get yourself a bonus raffle entry. So that's right there. 10 gets you 2 if you're in the membership. If you're not, or if you are, it doesn't matter. You can still stack them every 10 on top, another raffle entry. And as you know, the more raffle entries you have, the better chance you have to win. This raffle tonight was a little closer because, again, it was like 2 people had 2 and everybody else had 1. But this one you can get, someone could have 10, someone could have, the rest could have 7, 2, 3. So obviously it makes a big difference that you have more raffle entries. And right now I think Jason Renfro and not McLovin, but Jason Renfro, I think Mark Hovsepian. There's a couple of guys out there that got, like 5 or 6, at least 5 or 6 raffle entries right now, and a lot of other people have, like the other remaining people like 3 or 4. A couple have 1 or 2. So good luck to all. That's coming next Sunday, probably right here on My Cowboys Family for this raffle from the Lunatic for the draft. And it's gonna basically we're kicking off. I know this is the draft, but it's basically we're kicking off rookie mini camp, which is May 8th, 9th, and 10th. So that's what we're kind of celebrating. The whole, you can see at the bottom of the screen, all the draft picks are rolling by. We're celebrating this draft and hopefully getting some good luck going towards it this season. Better than last year, at least.
Jason, don't think Mr. MCF has been.
I just said. I know that I think him and Mark have the top right now. Remember, we don't count anything from the After Dark sessions. Keep that in mind, guys. So it's only from what's on My Cowboys Family side of things. But yeah, I think he's got like 6. I think Mark has like 5, and a couple of people have 4, 3, and a couple have 2 and 1. So by next week we'll have a bigger kind of. I have the list a little bit more put together, but this is over the last. This is going to be over 3 weeks of drops right here on this channel, which we will include none of them. After Dark crew out there, McLovin and Scode, they're not in the raffle. They dropped it over in the After Dark. So people in the raffle are through here, only the family side of things here on My Cowboys Family. So just wanted to make sure I laid it out, the full, complete, rules and thoughts on this upcoming raffle. So again, congrats to Choctaw Montana 808. Much love to everybody in the raffle entry in the monthly memberships, whether it is, the star over everything when you get these monthly raffles. But now we got to shout out those that are actually representing these boards, because the weekly winners Scots 971 and McLovin, they also got in this raffle. And, you can do that by being a weekly winner like we have now. Jason Renfro sneaks through and gets the weekly win. He is one of the weekly winners. He gets, again, guys, he's in the star level, but guess what? For the month of May, he also gets a bonus, entry because he won this week's Sponsor of the Week. So big time congrats to Jason Renfro. Unless someone drops something huge as we go out of here, it looks like he's got the top spot. Now, the king this week, first time ever, was SCO971 and the Cash App and Sponsor of the Week. So he passes the top spot, Sponsor of the Week, to Jason Renfro. But then he gives the other side of things to McLovin. He's our Cash App king, Mr. McLovin. He's first place there. Then, and yes, he's back at it. Jason Renfro, he's got 4 on it. 4 in a row, guys. 4 weeks in a row as our gifting champion. He outdoes Skeptical Fan at the buzzer, it seems. And he looks like he's going to take it down for another one, for more. 4 weeks in a row, a whole month of domination as our gifting champion. Much love to Jason Renfro. And yes, last but never least, the man, Cat52, still hanging on with 18 points on the Stream Boss. That's, I think, Damone Clark's number right now. I know it's also one of the rookies also have that number right now. So, you know, yeah, but there he is, right here. Flournoy? Yeah, Flournoy's got 18 points on the stream boss by Cat52. Appreciate you. And we'll take this into tomorrow on a new week right here on My Cowboys Family. And as we know, in a couple days, it's time. It's the rookies hitting the field, and we're going to see them some video, I'm sure, out there of them running around in action for rookie minicamp. So that's what we got looking forward to here next week. It's time for those shout-outs, maybe the nightly shout-outs.
That's
So wrap
right.
it up.
So first of all, thank you so much, Scorpio. Much love. So, and yes, John, the raffle is for, we have 2 prizes, a jersey of your choice. Again, pretty much any player style or size that we have available, we got you.
Yeah, there's a lot of choices for the Cowboys, and, you know,
yes,
some for every
lots
team
of old
out there.
school,
Yeah.
some of the new school, obviously, you know, so, and you guys have seen, I like the more throwback style jerseys too. So, keep rolling here with the shout outs. Of course, Luis Ortiz, always appreciate you coming through. Really, we do. Asmodeus,
Yeah.
thanks for rolling through with us tonight as well. Jason Renfro, and yeah, Mr. MCF will have like more exact numbers this upcoming week so everyone knows where they stand. So, I know he already went to bed, but Skeptical Fan, you have a great night as well too.
Yeah.
So, kind of rolling back here, John Syme, take it easy.
Peace.
Right, he said, you know, maybe if we're still lacking on the line, Micah can get his new sumo buddy signed for cheap.
A lot of people saying
I
that.
want to make it happen. So,
No,
back
it's
here,
a whole different sport.
even you, Lee side.
Only those sumo guys can handle the NFL.
Oh, you never know. Matt Batten, what's up? Have a great night.
Yeah, Matt.
Of course, Skeptical Fan, always staying skeptical.
Always.
I think I shot him out, but just in case again. GM, much love. Have a good night. I know Lost in Translation was in here as well. Take it easy. The great Duke Bothers.
Hell yeah.
Oh, cracking me up. He's like, maybe that's why Deuce Vaughn cried on draft day, because he had Kellen Moore as an offensive coordinator.
That would make me cry.
I said, that probably makes a lot of grown men cry. Let me see. Who else is here? I think we shouted out everyone here. Oh, no. Raul, what's up? Much love to you as well. Dustin Roberts. Okay. Now I've officially gone back as far as it will let me. And, MCF After Dark. I wonder who that is.
After dark, I don't know. Might have some hip hop on there tonight. You know, a little hanging there, a little panel, a little drinking. We'll see what happens. Join us there for the end of Cinco de Mayo. Hope everybody had a good one, by the way, today on Sunday. And hope everybody has a great rest of your evening and a great start to your week tomorrow. On that note here, baby, you know what we got to do here as we wrap this up. You get all the shout outs. Again, shouting out those that dropped the love in here today. Jason Renfro, Skeptical Fan, appreciate you guys dropping in here, dropping the love on our under an hour, I think, live stream we did here, or about an hour. Quickie, I guess you can say. Just right over an hour here in MCF. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Start off a new week tomorrow. Rookie minicamp coming around the corner. We'll talk about all those things and more right here in My Cowboys Family. But, baby, before we can wrap it up and all that stuff, let everybody know why we do this here on My Cowboys Family each and every day and night.
It's that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything.
Win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly. Here on MCF, on this channel, we always rep that star for everything. And, of course, here on YouTube for almost a month away, right? A month and a half away from 7 years. Never forget, the number one thing here, now, and forever, as always, Go Cowboys. Let's get that 6 and beyond. Thank you all for dropping your knowledge and beyond in the chat all night long, all week long, all month long, year long, 7 years long, almost. And again, thank you all for dropping the love from above. No matter how you guys throw down those donations or whatever, it truly helps keep the channel rolling and going on the nightly. So thank you guys on that side. Congrats to the winners. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another one, assuming there's some kind of news. If there isn't, there's always an outside chance that we miss tomorrow, but any kind of little news, we usually try to make those Mondays work. So we'll kick off a new week tomorrow or Tuesday for sure. No later than that. And guys, we appreciate you guys rolling here with us. You can be anywhere. You're here chilling with us. And baby, before we can roll out of here and drop out and clock out for the night officially, let them know what we got to do before we are officially dropping out of here for the night.
We got to drop the beat.
Oh yeah, that beat's been dropped. It is officially a whole day, a wrap-up of all the news, info, and updates on our Cowboys and more right here on another MCF Cowboys chat. Talked about the undrafteds. Those two guys on the left are why we see that. We talked about Trayvon Diggs and his injury rehabbing. CeEDEE Lamb a little bit. Zimmer's, views on how to use Micah, who, by the way, is out there in Japan throwing first pitches and sumo wrestling. Hell yeah. So, guys, thank you for listening to all the information, news, info, nuggets on our Dallas Cowboys here in MCF. It's about that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything. Never forget the number one thing here on my Cowboys family. Thank you guys in the house. Can't do this without you all watching, commenting, subscribing, and all that good stuff. So don't forget to hit that like button for the stream. Hit that subscribe button. We're over 35,000 and beyond. Hey, much love there, John Simon. He's a member here.
Joining up into that navy blue crew. Drop him if you got him.
Hey, he's on for next week. He's already in first place for next week. John Simon, appreciate you. And go Cowboys, brother. Appreciate it. Part of the membership style right there. Again, thank you guys. Like I said, hit the like button for the stream. Subscribe to the channel, over 35K. Hit the notification bell to all videos. Follow us on Discord and Twitter and all that good stuff. Social media at MyCowboysFamily. If you're watching us on the replay, comment down below and do what I just said already. And guys, we'll see you back here very soon. Tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, we'll talk about it. Stay safe. Much love. And never, ever forget, Go Cowboys!
Monk on the beat.